Shea not blocked the rookie. Ooh, big hit already. Even to Manley to deliver the blow early and cause the turnover. Cross Ferrara, the hero on this field last year for this team with the game winner late. Bounce shot. Goes wide. See a lot of two-way players like Ian McKay, who you just saw with the ball in his cross, 55 in white, staying on the field, and they find him in front, and he scores.
This is outstanding ball movement. It starts with the rookie Ross Scott, who recognizes he will draw a double. And after he draws that double, the ball is moving at hyperspeed. A new look offense for Andy Towers and the Carolina Chaos.
Luke Weirman winning the draw, another rookie playing in this game. Literally a week ago, he was playing for Maryland for a national championship. Here's a two-point shot. Rebound, though, stay another save. Blaze coming out strong with a couple of big saves on this possession.
You saw.
Byrne thought about firing, instead the pass. Good look finding Jules Henningberg right on the doorstep.
Wow, that was a wicked pass by Josh Byrne. Just threads the needle, Boyle.
Yeah, they're just operating out of the 3-3. They're going to move the ball around. Byrne pumps it, frees it right here. This is the lane that he's looking at, is right here. And you can see he's splitting these two Outlaw defenders who actually have their sticks up in pretty good position. Byrne just whips it with such pace.
Playing at Georgetown just a couple of weeks ago. Now he's playing in the PLL. That's a great look. But Blaze is there to rob him now. He can't do it this time, though. Logan Wisnowskis on the rebound is there. Outlaws on the board.
I mean, Clark, this is kind of what it takes in the first quarter for Outlaws. You need a ball to kind of bounce your way. They run a little scissors action inside. Myers finds his teammate on the doorstep with Zawada, plays incredible save. Actually was off the pipe.
Yep.
And Wisnowski's Johnny on the spot there, just picking up the loose change and burying it.
Rowlett, Michigan, they've gone head-to-head a bunch in the past.
Denver trying to get two in a row, and they do. And it's O'Neal. No, check that, Terefenko. And I shouldn't act surprised because Terefenko can score.
This is the key for Outlaws. Get out and run. Clean saves, turnovers. Pacino, this is the dynamic that he brings to them that they've really lacked, is the transition game. He pushes in transition, draws a double team, and makes an easy pass inside. Credit Terefenko for the handle and finish. But this is why you drafted the guy. Instead of getting a guy on the offensive side, let's get somebody that can cause some havoc, get up and down, and work in transition.
Well, that's where he's
They're
at his
dressing
best.
5 attackmen. So they're still kind of figuring out personnel-wise.
Bundy tried to let it rip. Didn't get through. Look at this. Oh, what a beautiful catch. That finish! McKay! It started with Blaze picking up the ground ball and starting that fast break. And McKay nets his second goal of the day.
You got an assist for Reardon on that one, Cotter? What do you think?
I would give him one.
Yeah, let's give him
Dude,
one.
any
That's
hockey
an
fan would
assist.
definitely
That's
give
an
him
assist.
I'd give him one too, and I think the bounce pass actually, whether it was intentional or not, allowed McKay to keep his momentum and almost put him in another gear here. You watch this pass by Reardon. Right here now, McKay has to put on the afterburners to track that ball down before an Outlaw defender does. So he uses his momentum, and then the overcompensation of the defense allows him to get a free shot.
Yeah, McKay catches this in stride. He led the league in terms of scoring from a defensive personnel perspective.
The Swiss Army machete. We'll hear from Coach Towers throughout the game. He's the best when you get him mic'd up throughout a game.
That's what I was looking for, the machete.
Quint not believe me about Mickey?
Right, I know. I guess
No, I wanted
just
some clarity.
confirmation.
I wanted some clarity on the Swiss Army knife versus machete.
Well, we'll take any opportunity we can to tote to Coach Towers. Nice stop at the rebound right in front. That's way too easy. And Patrick Resch finishes it off.
Rebounds.
What teams can capitalize on transition, rebounds, power plays? Like 6-on-6 goals are going to be at a premium today. So Costabile fires one from deep. Scanoni not able to come up with it cleanly. And Resch just stays with the play here.
You know what's interesting, too, is when you watch the elite goalies, and I think Scanoni's a fabulous goalie, but the difference between Blaze Reardon is he doesn't allow those types of rebounds. Like, it's a clean save, the softer hands, and getting the rock.
On that one, a little bit too much from Jared Newman. Delayed call against Chaos. Ferrara finds his Westauskas on the far post.
They're not going away. A lot of new pieces.
Hold on the play, gets waved out. Good goal.
The goal is good.
And it's a heads-up play by Ferrara. Understanding the defensive rotation, Outlaws are going to spin this. Ferrara quickly attacks, and he's going to go to an inside roll, freeze it right here. You're going to get Rowlett. He's kind of caught in no man's land, so he wants to slide here. The second slide has got to come from Ray down the backside. So Rowlett kind of hedges and helps. There's no second slide there. You can see Bowen trying to come from the crease, and he's pointing to Ray like, hey, that's your job to get down here.
Josh Byrne. I'm sure Byrne, the veteran, understands now a little bit more of an onus put on this offense. How about McKay? How about the game this guy's had today?
The way that he catches this one, I thought he was going to catch that and shoot high. His awareness to put his stick low, Ryan, I thought was fantastic. Watch the way he receives this ball.
And it's all set up by beautiful off-ball movement. You've got the Perkovic dodge on one side, just a simple push ahead to Henningberg. And look, the left side of your screen, McKay's going to get kind of caught up in the wash. Catch low, finish low. Ultra quick release there. So Scanoni.
Saw Scotty Marr, his college coach, the coach here at Albany, having a word with him, a word of encouragement. Scanoni makes another save. That's 3 on the day.
In terms of getting used to the other personnel.
Anderson up top to Hanley. Shoots with the left and scores.
This is what we all expected when he came out last year and was a first-round draft pick. And the Outlaws need to see him ultra aggressive. I mean, he's got a short stick matchup consistently. A ton of space in the middle of the field, just one step and fire.
Yeah, I thought the backup in terms of the defensive pressure cost the Chaos on that. Sam Hanley is very two-handed. He's a natural righty. You see what he can do from the outside, stretching the defense with his offhand, but you have to be on him. You have to engage if you're playing defense from that spot.
You're a starter, studying the shooter's trends, watching your film, knowing your hands.
Sergio Perkovic on the run. He scores! Well, Towers has been touting all summer long, however long summer is.
Summer camp,
yeah,
the past week.
How good Sergio Perkovic has looked.
He has. And I think this is an opportunity for Sergio, after spending a bunch of years with the Redwoods, to pop back onto the scene as a lethal shooter. He's played some short stick D mid. He's been one of the best two-point shooters in the league. But when you watch him over the course of the last 10, 12 years, Ryan, this is what he can do. Get down the alley and shoot through pressure.
Yeah, last year with the Redwoods, goose eggs. Did not score in his 6 games. A revitalization, re-energized Perkovic, given the opportunity, And Towers really challenged him in camp, too.
Both hands.
Yeah.
And he's a stronger body, too, than you think. He's not the tallest. There's Andy Towers loving the rookie's goal.
But in that first half, that's not going to get it done. So the big question that needs to be answered, and only time will tell, who for Denver will step up? Will it be Anderson? Well, there's one answer right there, because right off the face-off to start this second half, it's Justin Anderson who closes the gap.
6-on-6 is going to be an uphill battle. So if you're Denver, can you get juice off the face-off, and can you get juice in transition? A scrap between Rowlett and Weirman, and Anderson just flies in, picks up the loose ball, and before Chaos can get organized defensively, Anderson brings a ton of speed, two-way midfielder, gets shot out of a cannon. He's the actual veteran of this bunch.
Yeah, he had 4 goals in week 1 here in Albany in 2023.
So get through here. Give him real estate to run downhill.
Hanley shoots and scores. Goes 5-hole on Count.
You see Count pointing to himself, that's on me. As a goaltender there and a lefty, when Hanley is in that alley area, you want to be on the pipe. And this ball sneaks by Austin Count near pipe.
But I like the aggressiveness by Handley here. And sometimes as a shooter, you just need to see one go, and then the ball kind of picks up steam, picks up momentum, and the bounces just kind of go your way.
Sometimes
Go
that's
here,
an issue.
go.
Inside! Hands! Side right!
Zawada scores! Well, whatever Coach Sudan drew up at the half, it's working, because Denver scored the first 3 in the first 2 minutes of the second half.
It looks like he's guessing low on this shot, Count. Ryan, watch his body language as Zawada releases the ball.
Yeah, you're going to see beautiful ball movement here off a dodge by Handley. You know, as Handley goes to the cage, he draws a double team. The rotation is just late. And Zawada steps into it.
He's guessing low here, and he got caught.
No way! Back up! X! Who's got him? Hold you right there, he's not there.
Ferrara's shot. Count makes the save with a kick save.
Count's made a couple good saves back-to-back now on an O'Neal shot.
$25K and JoJo the War Drummer.
That was the
Nothing like
game
it
you
in the sport.
circled. You wanted to be the visitor. You wanted that excitement, that juice.
There it is. We were talking in the break about the speed. Where's the speed? They call him Minnow. Brian Minikis with straight line blinding speed. My feet are faster than yours.
And I like the approach they took here, allowing him behind the cage to extend that dodge. You know, he flexes between attack and midfield. So they just give him a ton of space to operate, and he uses that speed and quickness to gain some leverage, gets that step up field to increase his angle.
Well, I think the spacing is critical too. I thought that was the first time they really cleared out and gave the offense the right room for their speed dodgers.
O'Neal out of the box, scores!
That was slick, Kark.
Yes, it was. Get used to it. And this is what we've always wanted to see, Quint, right out of college. Maybe him coming through the box when he's so big, he's so fast, he's so strong, he's so skilled. It's like a runaway train that's coming at you, and he uses the turf there with the extended stick. How do you track that?
You can't. It's just got a ton of English on it. And what I loved about that was Messenger got the pull on him and actually kind of did a little bit of window washing, window dressing, like I'm gonna go to keep that matchup so they could hit O'Neal with a full head of steam.
Tarafanko is going to punt return this one. Good look to Zawada, shoots, Count makes the save.
That was a big one. We were talking about staring down these shooters, Ryan, and I think for Kaut to make that save was huge.
Yeah, same thing, O'Neal on a short stick coming out of the box.
Hanley, he scores.
That's a deuce.
If you zoom out, O'Neal and Hanley on the same midfield line present some real problems.
Yes, it does.
Some real problems.
And what I love about this, Ryan, is again, they have him as the last guy coming out of the box.
And good change of pace. On the previous one, he goes down the alley and scores. This time he sweeps across. You get a little bit of help. Hanley shallow cuts behind the area where where O'Neal just dodged from. Of that.
Scott, he shoots and scores. We saw it from Minikis earlier. Now we're seeing it from Scott Ross, the speed players.
Yeah, when you look at Ross Scott, his secret sauce is his feet. I'm not going to say he has Michael Sowers type quickness, but he's the quickest guy in the draft in terms of his change of direction and the way that he uses his feet. I think this will be eventually the new dimension to the Chaos, having that behind presence. When we've seen all their two-man game and the Canadians with the one-handed, right-hand, left-handed variation in the past, you rarely saw that behind the goal presence, Ryan.
And we thought, okay, Cout's going to have to step up, but the offensive end is going to have to pick up the slack, and they have not done that. Maybe that'll help change everything right there with Kyle Jackson.
This is a sick plant foot. Watch this plant foot, Ryan.
Incredible feet. Incredible.
Incredible feet, incredible plant foot, incredible finish. That little fly by McKay. You know, Messenger probably expecting some sort of action. Jackson, clear quickness advantage over Messenger, uses that to create separation.
12 to shoot.
Ready to go here defensively.
You can hear the barking from the sideline. AT saying, go Minnow. It's got to go quickly. Behind the back shot and score.
No surprise to have the highlight of the game come via Josh Byrne, the human highlight.
This is what he does, and he does it as good, if not better, than any player in the world. Golden hands. Exceptional awareness, late in a shot clock, jamming inside, feels that topside pressure, little BTB action.
Giles Harris is there, he just loses him for a half second. You can see the frustration afterwards with stick on his head. He knows, I can't relax for an instant on this guy.
Another save by Kaut.
Kaut's in a groove, he's in a groove. Quinn, I've seen much different body language and step out of him.
Rowlett fires and scores! A save on a 2 on one end from Kaut. Rowlett, a Hyundai MPH on the other. 2 points on the board for Chaos.
That was a monster goal. Only 6 two-pointers out of the Carolina Chaos a year ago. They need that in transition in 2024. The Energizer bunny of a coach, Andy Towers, knows Jack Rowlett bringing the heat week 1 in Albany. He's a few steps away from the arc.
Oh, try to get it to Minikis inside, but it stays with Scott. He shoots and scores!
Did you hear Towers? Jordan Wolf all over again.
He turns to me. He said, I told you, that's Jordan Wolf all over again.
That's some high praise. Andy Towers is no stranger to high praise in terms of he's got every player is the best in their position, the best in their world.
Yes.
But you know, they picked up Ross Scott in the draft for this exact reason. His ability to dodge from X, win his one-on-one matchup, and be able to go right or left-handed.
In the third round, and a lot like Jordan Wolf, shot out of a cannon, but Wolf had such strength around goal line extended. You see Scott here with the offhand soaking the check. Quint, you got to ask him why he thinks he's the next Jordan Wolf. Taylor and Eric Dobson and all these guys. He left the school bus and there was a monster X on his back. You stop Russ Scott and Shane Knobloch, you win the game. So just a totally different monster. Wow.
Speaking of a totally different monster, Sergio Perkovic. That's 2 on the day. He was 0 for shooting the ball last year. And when I say last year, I don't mean in the game last year, I mean the entire year. And now he's got 2 on the day.
The Motor City Hitman, the sequel.
He's got 14 career 2-pointers. You know, he brings the stretch shooting to this offense. Just a simple little push ahead pass by Jackson. Nothing crazy here. Jackson going to his weak side, his offside. A little bit of help there. Just Perkovic says, why not?
It's going to be a dump in the corner and set it up. Kurtz had a look, but Scanoni shut the door.
Count with the 4 saves in the fourth quarter. Outlaws blanked. Until now.
Count was unhappy with that goal.
So let's look at some positives here coming out if you're a Denver fan, right? You're last in the league offensively last year at 8 goals. So just in terms of net positive, you're sitting at 11. Wisnauskas with his 3rd of the day. We saw some flashes from Hanley in the midfield. He had a 2-pointer. O'Neal liked some of the action you saw there. Can you play Wisnauskas and O'Neal together? Can you play them on the same attack line?
Glaring in terms of their X behind presence, and it still looks like they have questions there.
Andy Towers, the fist pump, and celebrating the win.